Hello everyone, you're all welcome back to my channel. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and comment down below. So guys, just as shown, we are making this snatched or tight waistline Bubu kaftan, and this raw silk, 3 yards of this raw silk. You can make use of any material, any fabric of your choice. We are going to begin by folding for the back pattern. To determine how much fabric you need for the back pattern, you divide your shoulder measurement by 2. Mine divided by 2 is 8 inches. I marked it there. I'll go over to take my sleeve length. The sleeve length I'm going to be using is 13 inches. You can make yours longer. You can use as much as 16 inches. It's just based on your preference. Then I'll go over to take my neck width of 3 inches. And okay, I'm going to mark my start line, which is the shoulder line of 1/2 inch at the top there. I'm going to mark it and then roll it down. After that, I'll go over to take my neck width of 3 inches and my neck depth of 1.5 inches. Give it a curve. Then I'm going to come down by 1 inch at the shoulder point there. That is going to serve as my shoulder slant. I'm going to rule it from that point to the neck width. Then I'm taking my bust point of 12 inches. Then my hip point of 29 inches. I'm going to mark it there. Take my ruler and rule a straight line at the bust point and also at the hip point. Then I'll come to the sleeve side and take my sleeve opening. I'm using 10 inches for my sleeve opening. I'm going to mark it at the 10 inches point. Then I'll roll it from the shoulder to the sleeve point. Then I'll take my round bust measurement, whatever your round bust measurement is, divide it by 4. You mark it there at the bust point. Your round bust measurement divide by 4, you mark it. Then you take your round hip measurement, divide it by 4 and mark it. Then I'm going to add 4 inches allowance, including sewing allowance, at the bust and at the hip. Then I'll go ahead and connect it, beginning from the sleeve. I'm going to connect from the sleeve point to the 4 inches point I marked at the bust. Then I'm going to give it a curve at the side and connect it to the hip point. What I got at the hip point, I'm going to replicate it right at the edge, the hem of the dress. Then I'll go ahead and connect it. After that, the next thing is to cut out the back pattern. So this is the front pattern. I marked 1.5 inches here at this middle line and I rolled it down. This is going to help us achieve the slit at the front and the sleeve at the neck. I'll place my front pattern on it, starting from this line I wrote down. I'm going to place it here at this point. The neck width is going to be the same for both the front and the back, but the neck depth for the front, I'm going to go down by 3.5 inches. I'll mark 3.5 inches here. So the next thing to do is to cut it out. So I've cut out the front pattern as well. This is how it looks. I'll go ahead and remove the back pattern. I also slit this place open so you can see. The next thing I'm going to do is to take the slit point. So I'm going to place my tape on the shoulder and go down. So I want this slit to stop at 37 inches. You can use any measurement you want. You can use 34, but I want to use 37. I don't want it too opened. So go with your preference. Then I'll come to the neckline. You know the neckline is also open. There is a slit there too. I'm going to go down by 4 inches. So the next thing to do, I'll go over to my sewing machine. I'm going to stitch this point, double stitch, and then sew down to this point and stitch again. I'm going to be cutting out this piece for my neckline. I went out here by 4 inches and I went down by 3 inches. I also cut out a piece for the back. I'm going to use this to turn the neckline. I'm going to be attaching right face to the right face. I'll go over to my sewing machine, sew it at the neckline there, stitch it, and then turn it over. After stitching this place, I went ahead and ironed it down neatly. You can see this side is open, likewise the slit at this point. Then I also stitched the neckline, notched it, ironed it down neatly. I also did the same thing for the back. I stitched, notched, and ironed down neatly. So the next thing, make sure you weave these edges, weave them. So I'm going to use my hemming gum. I'll attach it to this place, open this side up. I'm going to attach it down, all the way down, and I'm going to iron to hold this side down. If you don't have hemming gum, you can also stitch it, but it's neater using this. You can stitch this way and also here. but it comes out better when you use your hemming gum. You get a neater result. So I'll go over to my sewing machine. After that, I'll go over to my sewing machine, put both the front and the back shoulder together, and I'm going to stitch it. Turn it over like this. Use the back to cover the front and stitch it down. I'm done joining the shoulder seam. You can see how it is. Also, I've ironed this middle side using this hemming gum. A point to note, I doubled the hemming gum before placing it here. You know, when you use just one strip, it can be funny at times. It won't hold for long. So it's better you double it. Also, I added hemming gum here and I ironed it neatly down. You can see this at the sleeve side. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and fold it at the sleeve and fold at the edge. The strip, this is what we're going to use at the waist side. This is 5 inches in width and 30 inches in length. The length is based on your waist, on your waist measurement. So go ahead and work on it based on your waist measurement. The width of this is 5 inches for me. I'm using 5 inches. So I'm going to fold it. I'll fold it, go over to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew by using half an inch from up down. I'll sew from this point like this down. Then when I'm done, I will turn it over and fold this side in before placing it on the fabric. This is the strip I'm going to use at the waist. After stitching using half an inch, I turn it to the good face and iron it neatly. Then I folded this part inward and stitched it at this side. Then to achieve that snatched tight waistline in the picture, what you need to do is divide. Okay, you go up, you go to your shoulder seam, you place it like this at the neckline. You take your waist point. My waist point is the waist point for this is 19 inches. The waist point is 19 inches. Mark it there, and I ruled a straight line from one end to the other. Then you divide your round waist measurement by 4. Whatever you get, you're going to come to this point and place it at this side. You place it here, like for this one is 9 inches. So I'm going to, at this middle, this stitched line at the middle, I'm going to place my tape here and mark 9 inches. Then I'll do likewise to this side. I'll mark 9 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll place this strip here at the 9 inches point. Place it here, go over to your sewing machine and sew it only at the front pattern, just at the front pattern. Let it not reach the back fabric. You do likewise to this side. You're going to place it like this and stitch it only at the front part, just here. So I've stitched it. This is how it looks. So when you wear it, what you need to do is to tie this rope around your waist. You tie it around your waist, and it's not going to show at the back. You know, the back is free and it's big, it's a bubble dress. So if you're wondering if it's going to show, it won't show. So this is and also, oh sorry, I forgot to say this earlier. After stitching at my sleeve, I also stitched half an inch at the side. So let's turn it to see how it looks in front. So yeah, this is the look at the
So these are
front.
final look.
You can
Thank you
see
so
the
much for watching.
stitched
Don't forget
area
to
is just
subscribe,
showing
like
little,
and
not really
comment
much,
down
not so
below.
visible.